cast bass, 100%. You let's go! Alright guys, hey, what's up? Good morning, welcome back. We're out here in Guntersville, look, got your biggins. So, hey, fun little fact for you guys. We were on Lake Guntersville. This is a Bass Pro Tour event. I got a Guntersville specimen right here. I mean, big as my jerkbait. But hey, fun fact for you guys. I have never fished Lake Guntersville before. So that was actually my second bass, because if you guys can see, we got a lot of, it's like bombed out clouds. We got a lot of haze on the water. And my camera guy, BJ, couldn't get his lens wiped off for that first one. And the first one was like 12 inches. So not the right size bass, but hey man, I'm really excited to be out here. You know, I mean, it's actually funny. Jacob and I, neither one of us have ever fished a big tournament on Lake Guntersville. And it's kind of mind blowing because we've both been fishing for like, maybe like 10, 11 years now, and professionally. And I mean, this is a world-renowned body of water. So yeah, we gotta try to figure it out. But I mean, this is going to be my first ever tournament on Lake Guntersville. And we're here, it's I think middle of May. And there, oh my gosh, and there's so many bass right here. But we are on the wrong side. I've already had 3 bites jerking. So basically how I'm approaching this tournament, guys, we're actually fishing right around the corner here. We're not fishing, this is where we're staying. And today just happens to be Mother's Day. So I know you guys aren't going to be seeing this on Mother's Day because it's going to take a few days to get out. But I had to make my wife and my little baby girl breakfast this morning. And hey, we might put that little photo right here. So I got proof. Made them breakfast this morning, dumped the boat in. And if you look behind us, I came to the first bridge. Guntersville is known for these bridges. It's just a great little funnel point. But yeah, so right now this morning, I think there's gonna be a shad spawn going on. We don't start until a little bit later in the day. Like we don't start till like 9 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock. That should be over. But in the meantime, we're gonna run around and try to see if we can find a shad spawn that might go like up into the day a little bit. But if not, really focus on probably brim beds this week. I looked at the forecast, and we're not supposed to get a whole lot of current. Now I probably will graph quite a bit, but that's the plan. Got nothing on it. Oh my gosh, we're in a dink factory over here. Alright guys, so we're out here, and if you can see, there's a lot of eelgrass out here, and that's basically what we're just active targeting, throwing this jerkbait over. But I want to show you basically one page that I really like. Whenever I'm running a dual map up here, dual graphs, I like one dedicated to active target, and I like this unit right here actually on a different page. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to walk you through it. So first, if you have a Lowrance graph, you just go ahead and hit the pages button. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a screen. And then I'm going to get ahead and I'm going to drag 3 over there. I'm going to drag my map because I want to know where I'm at, of course. I'm going to drag my sonar over there. And then the other one that's really key is because there's bluegill spawning on these outside eelgrass lines and these patches, these bare patches, eelgrass. And I'm going to grab my structure scan over here. Now, I personally don't like that particular setup. So I'm going to get ahead and I'm going to come up here in this upper corner. And I'm going to pick this one right here. And the reason for that is I like a full screen on my side imaging. I personally like a map in the top left. Then I'm going to get ahead, I'm going to save it. And now I don't need 2D to be that large. So I'm just going to get ahead, hit the power button. Then I'm going to get ahead, go over adjust splits. And I'm going to drag this all the way over here. So now I've got my map, I got my 3-in-1 transducer, and I've got my 2D. I've got my 3-in-1, which is a really big part of the screen, and then I got my map in the upper left-hand corner. That's the screen that I personally like whenever I'm fishing offshore like this, because not having something similar to like the 360, if I see a patch of bluegill beds as I'm going by, I can make a cast right there at 90 degrees. and know that I'm gonna be in them bluegill beds. Oh, I didn't come off, dude. Oh, he came off. Oh my god. Bro. That one was not small. He owned me. Oh, that fish owned me, BJ. Now I got a little one. Oh my gosh. I'm off. Dude, that's what I need to find right there. Okay, look at this real quick. Look at this. Yeah, now I got a lot of water on my screen below. I'm gonna pan. So basically, I'm gonna start over here to the left. You watch, guys. I'm panning. There's like this little sparse grass. Now bop, big giant patch. That's one thing. It's like fishing up north for smallmouth, isolated boulders. Well, this is just an isolated piece of grass. Big patch of it's probably, you know, the size of my boat. And I lost a big one, and I caught that, well, jumped that little 14-incher off too. So that's what we're probably gonna have to really target on. Because dude, that first one I hooked, straight owned me. I got some smaller ones on it right now. See him? Oh, just peeled off. Wow. All right, that's cool. Went back down. Oh, there's a big one. That's a big one. Oh my gosh, dude, that was a giant. You sorry sucker. Dude, that was a big hit. Ah! Yes. Look. Gosh dang, dude, this is a thing. Good thing today's not the tournament. Look at this clump right here. Watch, it's guaranteed. Look, hand over there, pass my jerkbait by it. Jerkbait's going over it right now. Oh, I think my jerkbait's fouled. Alright, maybe not guaranteed.
Sort of. Oh.
Generally speaking, you're going to get a better than average bite on the top water. Spotted bass. That's a spot. Yeah, spot. That was first cast. What does that mean?
Dude, like 2 twitches, he rolled on it.
Why? Should I put it down now?
I don't know.
That chunky spot.
Dang.
Alright, I should probably put it down because first cast jinx.
Do you see any?
Oh, yep, right there. Right there, I did. That's the kind you need in this tournament. Are you even seeing it? Yeah, one on my jerkbait. Oh, I got him by the back hook. Oh, let's freaking go. Look at that. Look. Whew, stunner. Barely got him. Look, check this out. This never happened. Oh, it just fell out. That's a good one. It's like a 3.5. All right, guy. That's actually, I got right here around them bluegill beds. Might not be able to fish this stuff here. Get bass. Dang, it's a white bass. Dang it. That was a afraid that that's what they were, but they normally mix in. Oh, he just come off. He just come off, I think. He just come off. My God. Yeah, I thought it was big. Wait, I had him hooked in the side. You see that? That's why I thought it was a big one. Dang it, dude. All right, guys, a little midday update. Pan down real quick. Seems like every hour we're getting more rods out. But when that is the case, it's generally not good. So we had some bites shallow, found our first school offshore, but honestly I think a lot of it was white bass. But there's still an outside chance. One thing that I've realized over the course of, you know, my career fishing offshore tournaments is that if there's white bass present, there's largemouth around there too. And I've seen it before where it's happened that, you know, I found a school of white bass, and 3-4 days later, they turn into largemouth. And it's a little secondary deal too, so it's really not too obvious, which is cool. That's all we got so far. It seems like in the morning they're biting a little bit, you know, caught some decent ones. But then outside of that, I mean, like I said, this is the first time I've ever been to Lake Guntersville. So I'm really just trying to see as much of the lake as I can possible. This is the first day of practice. We're only given 2 days. Gosh dang, dude, there is a freaking wad of them right here. See, I wasn't even really casting right there. But there's another boat right there, and we're gonna ride. Gotta be sneaky. So we got somebody over here trying to come over here. I don't want them to do that. But that's it, that's all we got. Right here, I can get bit. Oh, there he is. Oh, oh. I got him. Like this. Having a little too much fun right now. Oh, that don't sound good. Oh. That's him. That's him. I got him. I got a giant bass on. I got a giant bass on. Or a catfish. It's a giant bass. I think it's a catfish. What is it, drunk? It's drunk.
Oh, dang. Oh, God.
Oh, man. Had to come all the way to Alabama to catch my first drumfish of the year.
That worked.
Dude, I thought I had the one.
Dude, that one would have been like, what? Massive.
I've been like 12 pounders. Bass. Snagged you, boy. Decent one too. I'm right back. Felt it when I snapped it. Probably a decent one too. We're close to 3 pounds. 2 3/4. There's like 5 or 6 of them here. Bass. Bass. 100%. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Found a nice school, boys. Let's go. That feels so good, guys. We've been doing this so long. Now, let me just tell you. Everybody thinks naturally, right? You have all these electronics, right? We have 4 graphs on this boat. We have 4 fishing sonar. We got all the best technology. Dude, it's like, what time is it? What time is it? It's like
3 o'clock.
It's like 3 o'clock, right? And we found our first school. Now we're not no moron. We're graphing all these places. If you look at it right here, pan over your right-hand shoulder. That's just a giant spawning area. We're sitting on the main river, and it's just a ditch leading into this place. When I graphed it, there's like 7 or 8 of them down there. But that feels so good, man. It's been a grind. But that, we just caught a 2 3/4 on a spoon, like a 3-pounder. That was probably close to 3 3/4 on a hair jig. We're starting to get there, boys. I love catching them on hair. Oh, bucktail. Yeah! Gosh, that makes me feel so good. Oh, BJ. It's a grind, dude. BJ goes, hey, they gotta be bass. They didn't bite first cast. Because these white bass schools, it's every single cast. And this one here, I only marked like 7 or 8 of them. And I went through the rotation, through a spoon, through a crankbait, and then finally triggered on my hair jig. That's one thing that you guys gotta realize whenever you're offshore fishing. The reason why I got 20 rods on my deck right now is because I have a sequence. Depending on how these fish are set up, if they're tight to the bottom, if they're far off the bottom, it really depends on what bait I like to throw. And that one right there, you know, I was wrong 2 times, and then the 3rd time, you know, I picked up that hair jig and I caught that nice largemouth. So it's just nice to have a little variety. You know, if they didn't bite that, my next cast might have been some type of gosh, dude, they're all on this right here. They're all on that break. I can see them on side imaging too. Next cast may have been a swim bait or a scrounger. It's been so long since I caught one. BJ has camera count. What do you think, BJ? What makes that, like 4? 4.5?
Yeah.
4.5? See, he looks like 4 when you hold him like that. But really it's only about count half. Down there. Wish I could throw a top water. Bass. Good sign. Big one. Oh my God, big one. Feels really weird. I can't go stay. Oh. Hey. Gosh, I know where I'm starting if I can.
No.
Probably hundreds.
That's why I was thinking it was white bass. pulled off.
Alright, we need to get the hell out of here. That was a giant.
Alright, one more time. It was a giant. It's such a community hole. You might as well have fun.
I might not even get it on it. DJ, that was like a 6 or 7 pounder.
Oh, you think?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh my God. We're gonna roll. That was fun. That made the long ass day worth it right there.
Hey, bud, you gotta untie that rope, bud. You gotta untie that rope before you can leave, bud. You can't take the dog with you, bud. It wasn't tied up. I seen you try to back up. I felt the whole dog move.
Well, guys, it's day 2 of practice, Lake Guntersville. And first day was a grind, but we got another day to see if we can make it happen. So tune in, keep following along. Let's try to reel some in.
Fry garter. Dang, man. Decent one. Close to 3 pounds. And that, my friend, was a fry garter. Sweet. Alright, guys, right there is about a 3 pounder. It's actually really interesting because I just caught a fry garter and I just marked that 3 pounder. So I've caught fish first day of practice all the way offshore, you know, out in 20-25 feet of water, and yet there's still fish pulling it. So we're gonna keep this trolling motor on high. And I really feel like if I can mark a few of them, I feel like that's my best bet. This is the deal. This is the deal. This is the deal, folks. Wow. I don't know why it took me so long to figure it out, but we just did.
Alright guys, well that was a wrap for practice. You guys didn't see much today. You guys seen the first day. But today, man, we had a lot of like crazy storms pop up and kind of mix it up a little bit, fish deep, shallow. Now I'm doing something right now. A lot of you guys already know this, but I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna share it for the people that don't. So basically, this has been the rod that I was throwing a lot today. I actually had a lot of my bites on brim beds, throwing this prop bait right here. So now what I'm doing is I'm just reversing the line. So the bottom of your spool very rarely ever sees daylight, and in my situation, it never sees it. So really, only the top 30 or 40 yards actually gets any type of really wear and tear. And then the bottom, 30, 40 yards, because I put like 75 yards on my rods here, has virtually brand new. So so basically what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to tie another reel, and I'm just going to reverse that line this way here. Tomorrow is game day, so we want to make sure that we don't have any mishaps. We want to make sure all our line's fresh. So that's what we're doing right now. But man, a little bit of a grind on your boy. Guntersville is a really big body of water. But my biggest dilemma is I tend to be a versatile angler. Don't really have I guess a strength per se, just real versatile. So I found myself fishing offshore, fishing boat docks, fishing brim beds, looking for sight fish, fishing offshore grass. So I was really just bouncing around doing all kinds of things, really trying to get dialed in, and I never honestly caught any big ones. And I think you're going to need, a 3-pound average. So just to advance. So I'm really torn. We have a good boat number. We're boat number 5. So we may have to start on that one place you've seen us reel them in, which is a community hole. It's just an island head. That's probably where we're going to end up starting. And hopefully we can catch a couple good ones there. The thing about these offshore fish is it really seems like they don't set up till later in the day, but we'll just have to see. But right now, see, I'm putting brand new line. Look how fresh that is. It's beautiful. Throwing Berkeley X9, 30-pound. That's what I throw all my topwater baits on. And now we're ready to go.